Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We should make a theme song. That'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Oh, challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Welcome back, guys, to the Black Dream Podcast with Fox and Miles.
We're still in the car.
We're still traveling, moving about, doing things.
Yeah.
Doing things.
Yes.
So I hope everyone is doing well, staying safe out here in these crazy streets that we live in. Crazy streets. But yeah, we're back with another episode. And we are trying to continue to tell you guys about the 5 pillars of the Black Dream podcast, and really the 5 pillars that help, I guess, is it propping up? Is propping the right word?
Sure.
5 pillars for the Fox and Miles channel moving forward, and all the stuff that we're creating.
And which is kind of what was always about. We just never really defined.
It was like always moving about, but we never really defined it or really said, oh, this makes sense.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
Those things are community, entrepreneurship, wealth, creativity, and travel. And travel is what we will be talking about today.
Yes.
And why is travel important to a Black Dream? Why is travel important in general? I would say travel is important because it helps you a whole new world.
A whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes.
Why?
Jeez, these streets.
Yes, these
Sorry,
streets.
y'all.
Sorry, guys. Fox, why is traveling important to you? Because you have like a deep wanderlust, which
Do
is
I?
Yeah, you do. I think
I might. Travel has always been important to me because it's literally been a part of my upbringing. My father was in the Navy, so he traveled a lot. And so because he was in the Navy, I feel like he kind of sparked that travel bug, I guess, or fire for travel. I'm just doing things. I'm just trying things. My mom is adventurous in the same way.
Sure.
She was married to a Navy man, so it's like she had to travel. So because we were always stationed away from like our family, like our extended family, my father's from Georgia and Florida, and my mother's from Philly. And so we were living in Maryland. And so we would always be traveling to go see family. Like travel was always a part of our life.
Yeah.
And so for a lot of people didn't travel a lot. And for me, that was very weird. It was very strange because we literally had to travel to go see the people that we knew and loved. Not even just like to go see things, but to go see people that we loved.
Yeah.
So travel for me has always been kind of dear because it's like, oh, who am I going to go see at the end of this trip?
Yeah.
Right. It's not necessarily about like travel, but about, the journey to get to the person I love.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, yeah, I think that's very critical, because I mean, even with that topic, like I know you've been doing your ancestry and stuff like that.
Yes.
Which is actually kind of funny because like a lot of your family in the Philadelphia area all live there.
They stayed there. Yep.
So
they didn't go nowhere. Yep.
Right. And so like how much different would your experience be if like you were living in Philly? Like you wouldn't really be traveling.
No, not really. Because I don't really, and that's the thing, like I feel like especially for Black folks, when they found some place they liked, they stayed there.
Yeah.
Because if they had everything they needed, their people, their community, their food, what are we leaving for? And I feel like some people look down on people like that, but I get it. It's like, what other need do you need to leave?
I would say that's actually the natural human process of things.
Where are you going?
Yeah, why am I going anywhere? If my friends and family and all my resources are here, why go anywhere?
Exactly. And the safety, right? That, because again, we're Black folks, the safety that people had to, not go to sundown towns or not be on no back roads in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there are so many things to think about.
Yeah.
And so if you're in one place where you have everything, you don't have to think about those things.
Oh, yeah.
And so, what do we do is our brains try to figure out what is the safest and easy way to do something.
Yeah.
Just stay in the same place with the people you know. You know what I mean? So
I mean, my parents weren't in the military. I have family that was in the military, but I definitely have had similar experiences in regards to traveling. Like most of my my father's side of the family is like in the DMV area for the most part, but my mom's side is like all over the place. all over the place.
But even your dad's side is from South Carolina.
But like whenever we would travel for like, say you were visiting family or whatever, most of the family that I was visiting was right there. Like we were going down the street.
Sure.
For my father's side, but from my mom's side, okay, UPS. For my mom's side, wait till this train goes by, or we go by this train. From my mom's side, we would, travel to like North Carolina or even Pittsburgh. And yeah, so that was a kind of a regular thing. It was like, oh, Thanksgiving, we are going to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Like we're going this place or that place or whatever. Or even like during the summer. Like I'm sure you probably spent summers with family at different times and stuff like that.
For sure.
And I think my mom has like a wanderlust. Like she loves to travel.
She does.
She just likes going places and doing things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so like if you're a child, you have no choices in anything. So wherever your family wants to go, you are going to. Yeah. And so like going to a lot of places for a lot of stuff I don't even remember. And my mom's like, you remember going here? I was like, nope.
Dang, all that wasted.
Right. But she's got pictures.
Yeah.
So I know she's got pictures of wherever we went.
Yeah.
So she'll show me like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I think like even that idea of saying like if you lived in Philadelphia, if you lived with your family, would you even travel? I think traveling is so important because it really does broaden your horizon. Because I mean, if you think about it as a child, I think for us growing up in the DMV area or PG County, like the older you get and you get the option or opportunity to travel on your own, the world gets bigger.
Yes.
Because like before, you can only go as far as your bike can take you, or wherever the handful of places that your parents can take you, go in the grocery store or whatever. But that begins to expand your mind and expand your mind to the point that you learn new things.
Yes.
And that's why I think traveling is so important, because it gives you the opportunity to learn new things.
Yeah.
Not only about the world, but about yourself too. You can find out what you like, what you dislike, or things that are attractive to you.
Yep.
And not attractive in the sense of like people or whatever, but like other interests and curiosities.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like I would say even like from our time going on the road, like that's creepy.
That is creepy. Y'all near Halloween, so people got some creepy stuff on their lawn.
Got some really creepy stuff outside. So like with our experience traveling, like what are some things that you feel like you learned that you probably wouldn't have learned if you didn't travel?
Ooh, that I don't need as much as I think I need to travel, right? Like I feel like, again, we weren't rich by any means, right, growing up. And so traveling, I feel like my parents always made a way for us to travel. And so it could be hiking, it could be staying with friends and family, but we were going to get on the road and go somewhere, right? And I feel like with RVing, I felt like, I needed all these things. I needed to be super prepared and stuff like that. But I feel like, because again, we RV'd when I was little. And when you're little, you don't really think about what you have. Your parents have everything for you, right? Yeah. Your parents are everything you need. Yeah. Like they got the money, they got the food, they got the comfort, all that stuff. Yeah. And I think with us RVing, it really showed how self-sufficient that I could be, that we could be, that we don't need, we packed the RV with so much stuff. Yeah. And I realized we didn't even use half of the stuff that's in here. Right. You know what I mean? I feel like we learned how to problem solve. I feel like, the worst thing that could happen happened while we're RVing, right? Yeah. And so, it really showed me that I'm a lot more resilient than I think I am. And also, that I have so much to see. Like when we drove out to the mountains and seeing again, because DMV area is very flat. Okay. Yeah. It's very flat. And there's some parts in Baltimore that are kind of more hilly, but it's not mountainous by, any stretch of the imagination. But in Colorado, for example, it is mountainous.
Absolutely.
And so when you're seeing these new experiences, it's just something fresh that just lights up inside of you. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just wow. This is all the stuff you can see the stuff in magazines and books, but it's nothing like seeing it for yourself. Yeah. And also feeling how small you feel up against those things, up against those mountains. Yeah. It just shows you how wondrous the world really is. Oh, yeah. But then it also, for me, because you mentioned before about how you see how big the world is, it kind of makes the world smaller. Yeah. I feel like when you experience more things, I could never do that, or I could never see that, and then you see it and it's I've seen some stuff, right? Yeah. And so it makes it feel like it's more accessible than what it was before.
Oh yeah,
you know absolutely. What I mean? More within reach.
I agree, and I think from our time on the road and stuff like that, and just traveling in general, you, like you said, the world gets smaller. Yes. Even though it's huge, even a particular state can be huge if there's so much of that particular state to explore. We've lived in Maryland our whole lives, but I know there's places in Maryland we haven't been. Yep.
It's almost I I don't know. So we're from the DMV area. There's this running joke about Waldorf and how far away Waldorf is, right? But when you have to go to Waldorf on a regular basis, you see how close it actually is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so, like, you know, so the idea is like, oh, Waldorf is so far. But then when you're used to driving that way, I had a job out there for a short amount of time. I had a job out there, and I was like, oh, it's not that bad, actually. It's not that far. Like, it becomes, like, the world just becomes within reach. And I feel like a lot of like our folk, like we feel like, oh, it's just so far. And what I will say is there is privilege to be able to travel.
Oh yeah,
that is true.
Absolutely.
But we picked up this girl one time. That sounds really bad, but she needed a ride home from McDonald's.
Yeah, she needed a ride home. So
and so
we offered her a ride home.
Yes, a ride home from McDonald's. We took her home, and she made this statement that kind of stuck with us for like ever. And she basically said that she's never been out of PG County. And that she doesn't want to go out of PG County. And so at first you're like, what? You don't want to leave? But again, if you have everything you need, why leave? You know what I'm saying? So there's like, and also if you don't have the funds and the means or the people to go visit, then why would you leave as well? You know what I'm saying? Like some people just can't leave because they don't have the money or the resources or a car. Like sis didn't even have a car. So like, you know what I mean? So so there is privilege to that. But I also feel like some people are just comfortable with not traveling. And that's fine. They live a very full and productive and happy life. And we feel like, oh, you have to travel. I don't think that people have to travel. I think it's beneficial. But I don't think that they have to travel. And maybe you can't travel outside of your city or your state, but there are things within your city that you've never visited either.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like even growing up in the DMV, like living down the street from DC, people come from other countries to come see DC, and we're all like, what's the big deal? But there are so many hidden gems in DC that I've missed that I still need to go see. Even planning a tour for my music. I'm like, oh, I need to go to this place and this place. And I'm like, actually, let's start with a local tour. Where are some places that I've never visited, that I've never been? You know what I'm saying? So yes, I do feel like because we take advantage of what we're close by, we don't visit the things that we could visit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I definitely agree. I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, that was it.
Cut you off. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely agree. And like even so, when we mention traveling, like it's more than just like you said, like going on the road or
jet set.
Yeah, like traveling in my mind is a state of mind because like there are other ways that you can travel. Like again, we have access. So for example, even our channel, as an example, people can choose to travel vicariously through us. You know, and we're honored that we can even help people to do that. You know?
That's
cute. Somebody dressed up a fire hydrant
like a kid.
Yeah, I guess
that's to slow down, I guess.
Yeah,
but my bad.
No, it's okay. But there's so many different ways that you can travel without actually going anywhere. You know, and I would encourage to have a traveling mindset to expand your mind. You know, especially if you're trying to build your Black dream. There's so much out there that can actually help you get there. You know, that's sometimes the hardest part about trying to live and enjoy life and to also build things that we want, is that we have a limited scope on how things can be accomplished. You know,
or what's available to us.
Exactly, or what's available. But that's why traveling in itself is important. That means that you can learn more about what's going on around you and what's available to you. And like the point I would want to make in regards to like how you said, as you travel, things kind of get smaller. To me, that just like gives you that accessibility, and it gives you like even just that power in yourself. And yes, granted, I understand that traveling in various forms is a privilege. So whether you're RVing or whether you're driving in a car, or shoot, even just getting on the metro to go somewhere, like sometimes that, you know, that's a privilege. But again, like even just having the mindset to be like, yo, there's more out there, and I want to expose myself to that to help me to grow and help me to have what I need to even try to build my Black dream. You know, so like, if you're on YouTube just learning about different countries or different places that you want to go or anything, like that's helping to expand your mind. It's helping you expand your perspective of the world. And that's necessary so that you can build the things that you want to build, because you never know, like those resources and tools are right there and you just didn't know about it. You know?
And it's almost like you can tap into secrets that the majority doesn't want you to know about, right? Like, because I feel like we can get so stuck in, because of trauma, like, which I have to reference because that's really important to the Black experience here in America. Like we're very comfortable with being comfortable. Like it's like no, this is enough for me. But it's like it's almost like we're almost afraid of wanting more because we're afraid of not being able to achieve more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like once you realize, like you said, the world gets smaller, as in like stuff gets more attainable, it's like, oh, okay, but I can get here. And especially seeing Black people do it, I feel like it's really encouraging and inspiring, and doing it their own way, not doing it in a way that has to, you know, fit the narrative.
Yeah.
But like, hey, you want to travel and you know, you want to stay in a hostel, and that's a lot cheaper, or if you want to camp in your backyard, or just like opening your mind to like different experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
no, absolutely, and I'm definitely 100% in agreement with you. And I can't. To me, that's why that it's such an important pillar, because like it helps you to grow. It helps you to get to where you want to get to. You know, like
so it's not necessarily about just like moving your body to a certain area. It's really, like you said, about expanding your mind to what's available. To you.
Absolutely. And so like I think it, you know, it also like for me, I know we have different traveling experiences. Like even, you know, yes, we've RV'd together, but like, you know, I've been out of the country, you know, to different places and like that. And sometimes there are moments where you can take that for granted. And, you know, like
for sure,
there are, which I think happens to a lot of people, especially, you know, you may not recognize your privilege or whatever, or the opportunities that you have. And I guess opportunity privilege can be synonymous at times. But I know like my experiences have helped and benefited us. Yeah. You know, like whether it's just trying new foods, you know, there's been.
Let me tell y'all something. Trying foods is not my thing. I have a sensitive stomach, so I'm not about to. And also, I don't like wasting money, so I don't like buying food that when I'm hungry and I don't like it. Yeah. I don't like that. Yeah. So I'm not really up to trying new things, because I got IBS, y'all. That's not fun. So. Some things like irritate my stomach, but no, Miles definitely gets me like, hey, just try this, just try it, and I'm like, and then I get hooked on things.
No, I'm saying, but that, you know, that's a simple thing, like, but that helps expand your mind. It helps the overall experience of your life. And you know, that's what we want to encourage us, again, our people, to be able to have a better, higher quality of life. And it doesn't always have to be like, well, yes, we understand wealth is part of it. Like we want more money for our people. Why not? Like, you know, why not? we deserve wealth too.
Absolutely.
You know, and like that's something that we can learn about and grow to and work at. But it's not just about that, you know. But like being able to have a full, rich life is something that I believe we deserve. You know. And I encourage us to get it, and part of that is through traveling. Yes. You know, I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope that makes sense.
Yes.
I'm trying to think.
So what are you going to try new? That's the question we should be asking.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
What new things are y'all going to try today? What new things have you been thinking about, but you're like, I don't know. Like, it could be a new recipe. It could be a new restaurant. It could be going to a park you've always been passing. Like, oh, that'd be nice one day to go visit that park. Yeah. It could be traveling across the country. It could be selling everything and packing up your RV and leaving. Yeah. Like, what things are you going to try that's new? I would love to hear it.
No, definitely. And, you know, it could be like, even if it's short, like you mentioned, like find stuff in your city that you've never been to, that you're aware of. Like, how many of you have been to your own town halls, or you're like the capital of the state that you're in, or whatever?
And if you're not interested in it, don't go.
Yeah, but like exactly. And again, like
do whatever's fun and enticing for you.
Yeah, and like we mentioned in our other episode about creativity, like traveling again is different things. It doesn't mean that you have to go to the Grand Canyon. Right. If you don't want to go to the Grand Canyon, if you don't want to go to certain countries, like we've talked about it, there's some countries we just have no interest in.
Like London. Yeah. I'm not interested. I'm sorry.
Interest.
I know we have people that watch from over there, but to me it just seems like another America. It's like, okay.
Yeah, we understand, you know, it's probably a very American thing for us to say.
Or I should say, America is another London.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that make sense? We're literally little Europe.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, if the possibility came, the opportunity came, I'm sure we'll go. Not? You know, I have some family that lives in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, in that case.
Yeah, so I would go visit the family.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in visiting the family than looking at buildings. You know what I'm saying?
And if I go to the UK, I want to see all the black spots, all like the underground joints, like all the things. Yeah. But it's not something I'm super excited about.
Yeah. And so like...
And that's okay. Like
no, exactly. That's my point. Like, traveling doesn't have to look a certain way, but like again, the idea of like having this mindset of constantly learning and going beyond just your world,
Yes.
the thing that you're comfortable with. So it
Absolutely.
can be like, well, what's in my city that I haven't been to
Mm-hmm.
that has been interesting, but I just haven't made the time.
Mm-hmm.
I just haven't committed to actually going. Or like you said, restaurants and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. Maybe there's some Thai food that you want to try. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anything like that. But yeah,
Like you don't know what you don't like until you try it.
exactly.
And you don't know what you like until you try it.
Exactly.
So just try it.
Yeah. So definitely encouraging you all of us, to have a traveling mindset, to
Yes.
travel. And that's, in my opinion, and in our opinion, is very important to living this Black dream.
Yes.
Yeah. So please let us know in the comments what's something new that you want to do to help expand your traveling mind.
Absolutely.
Please let us know. Thank you guys again for tuning in to another episode of the Black Dream Podcast.
Yay.
And continue to support us. We really do appreciate it.
We really do.
And let us know other stuff that you would be interested in for us to share on the podcast or share in video form or whatever.
Yes.
Alrighty. You guys be safe out there. And again, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys a lot.
Love you.
Talk to you guys later.